At this time of year, that of course they're passing the plates and the Salvation Army and trying to get people to give and get in the Christmas spirit, which is utterly demonic and evil. But people will give more so the pastors who love money can be buy their second or third home, as so many of the big guys do. What are we looking at here? Remphan has a star, and it's six-sided. It's hexagonal. It is exactly the Star of David. That has nothing to do with David, or sometimes called Solomon's seal. It's six-sided and it's ancient, and you can go online and see a picture of the god Remphan sitting in the dead middle of what's in the dead middle of the Israeli flag. Now you can see it just stares right at, but nobody ever looked it up. Saturn is the same god, think Saturnalia, and he has this hexagonal star as well. So whether you call him Chiun or Moloch or Remphan or Saturn or any number of other names, it's the six-sided hexagon that we're talking about. 6 is the number of man and Satan. And Nebuchadnezzar, by the way. Mr. Armstrong long understood that. Sources will say the Jews took their Star of David from antiquity. The same Jews who took Tishri 1 to be the head of the year that causes so much trouble. No one ever asked, why did Stephen get murdered by Jews in reference to a star when no Christian had ever put a star on top of a Christmas tree. In fact, stars on top of Christmas trees are off of this star, but they only have 5 points, by the way. The Jews have 6 points. Sources will say the Jews took their Star of David from antiquity, that this star was here long before they did this. That's what you'll find. You'll find that this six-sided hexagon is found in Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, Judaism, of course Christianity, Mormonism, and Islam. It's also found in various coats of arms. If you're familiar with heraldry, where people have different coats of arms, particularly knights and others, you'll find that six-sided star in there. That has nothing to do with Solomon's seal or the ancient King David, Star of David. That's an absolute lie about David. David was zealous for God, would never have done that, and they put that star on him and on their flag. Any wonder why God isn't happy with them? Every Jew who wears that star, millions of them do, are honoring Saturn, Remphan, Moloch, and Chiun, the Egyptian version, as I said. You can go either way. Well, the Jews worship Remphan and Chiun and Saturn and many others using the six-sided star, which often depicts the devil. But the devil is also depicted by the five-pointed, not sided, but besides two, I guess, five-pointed star on the back of this coin. So Christians went with the back of the coin, 5 points for the top of their Christmas trees and so forth. The Jews went for the six-sided, but it's all Saturn, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, the sun, the moon, and so forth. An absolute abomination. So knowledge is precious. You know, the lawyers held back the key of knowledge, the book of Luke says. And so there are a lot of points of knowledge that don't have anything to do with the three kingdoms that are coming or their duration and other things, but there's a lot of knowledge we're learning. It's an absolute blasphemous abomination. It's outright idolatry, straight up, for a person to wear a star of any kind or a cross.